I'm Dr. Richie Achukwu, Leadership and Business Psychology Authority. I help Christian business people who are building something great and something real, but their production and their result don't match their capacity. These people are not lazy. They pray, they work hard, they give, they support, they do every right thing, and they do everything right, but somehow something is not adding up. There's a frustration in their heart, which they cannot voice publicly. Privately, they discuss it. If you're one of them, and if you're one of the people I'm talking about, please stay, and I'm going to tell you something and reveal to you what is going on, why your business is not doing as good as it's supposed to be doing in the market. Some of you are saying, I'm doing everything right, but why is it that my results don't match everything that I am doing right? It's a frustration a lot of you are experiencing. Some of you cannot even open up and tell anybody because people expect you that you have so much faith and you should not tell anybody. Some of you are pastors. Some of you are serious ministers. Some of you are core business people that you don't want people to know that things are not adding up anymore. Stay with me, because what I'm going to show you will explain to you, will explain the details, the precision of what is going on and what you can do about it. You remember the way the Bible said that Moses went to the people in Egypt and said, your God, our God, the God of our father has sent me. I want to say to somebody that God has sent me, and I'm not kidding about it. God has sent me, equipped me as one of his own to get you out of your Egypt. A lot of people are stuck in Egypt. A lot of people got so used to Egypt that suddenly Egypt is normal. The life you have now is a life of ceiling. You've not gone above. You've been staying in the same place. You've been on a mountain for too long, and God has sent me to get you out, to bring you out of that Egypt, to bring you out of the frustration. You see, the danger of Egypt is slavery, and the slave mentality becomes normal because you don't produce to grow. You produce to give out. You produce to return to the master. You produce and you never take anything home. Most people in business, they are God's people. They love God. You are producing, and your production and your result and everything seems to go through the window, through all systems, that you never have anything that you can say, man, this is what I got out of this. It's like you work hard, you don't see it. You work hard, you don't see it. That's what I'm talking about. There are a lot of people that are watching me today. It is exactly where you are. And I want to say to you that it can be corrected. Something is hidden. Your hard work. And God said that the cankerworm, the caterpillars have no right to do it again. And he said that affliction should not arise a second time. It's happened once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. Isn't it time for you to say, we got to confront this? That's why the God of your fathers, the God that you serve, has sent me to you to bring you out of Egypt. But there's a question Jesus asked the man, do you want to be made whole? Sometimes people don't want to be made whole. They only indicate like they want to be made whole, but truly they are not willing to pay the price. Because Jesus said to the man, take up your mat. There's something you got to do. Anybody that takes away what you should do and make promises to you is not kind to you, because you cannot hand your children, you can hand over to your children a system that doesn't work, that cannot be repeated. That's why I am not a student and a supporter of one-time miracle and I want to copy. What do you mean by that, Dr. Richie? Sometimes somebody comes to give a testimony, great testimony, and then after that, somebody said, I tap into it. I want this. No. Before you want something, be sure it can be proved. Be sure it's repeatable. Be sure it's got basics. Be sure it can be remembered. Be sure it is transgenerational. And sometimes be sure if it's worked beyond 10 years, 20 years. That's why the prophet I told you the other time met the woman whose husband died and the kids were about to be taken into slavery. Notice what happened. I'm already giving you things that you need to know. Notice what happened. The Bible calls him a prophet, but he never prophesied to the woman. Stay with me, something will change right now. When it comes to economic transformation and it comes to liberating people economically, it is not to prophesy, it is to tell them what to do. It is to take what they have and maximize it. The prophet asks only one question: what do you have in your house? And the woman said, I got nothing. But later she said, I got oil. Why will the prophet say or ask that question? Because what needed to be transformed to be generational needed to follow a system. She needed to sell, she needed to fill it, she needed to pay debt so that she doesn't return to the system again that would make her want to lose her kids and family. It is the same truth that I'm giving to you today. It follows systems, it follows patterns. Somebody may say, this is not for me. But the problem is not how fast you move away from what I'm teaching. It is, do you have a result that is different from what I'm talking about? Do you have something superior to this? Or have you repeated the same thing over and over again, year after year? That's what I'm talking about. Why is it that what we have is not doing well? You're a nice person. You're a kind person. You support ministry. You tithe. You sow seed. You do everything according to the book, and it is not working. I need you to pay attention to know there are things to be done. Let me make something very clear. Faith is not your problem. Hard work is not your problem. Pushing is not your problem. What then is the problem? Somebody's asking me now. Structure is the problem. Internal structure is the problem. Decision-making structure is the problem. Success, failure is connected to what? To decision. So the quality of your decision is connected to the way you think. For as it thinks in his heart, so is he. That's why one of the books that have sold millions of copies, I don't know how many millions, Think and Grow Rich, is very profound. Think and grow rich. So you can think and grow poor. You can think and stay the same, but you can also think and grow rich. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. The quality of your decision is connected to your thinking. And if you do not improve the quality of your decision, the capacity, the strength of your decision, a lot of things will be affected. You need to take a look at the result you have. Don't argue with it. 1 + 1, you don't need to argue that it's going to be 2. Take a look at your decisions. Take a look at the result you have. It is the capacity, the strength of your decision quality connected to what you've exposed yourself to, because you cannot think above what is already in you. I recommend, and I say it all the time, do you want to rise? Do you want to be greater than you are today? Here is my suggestion. You cannot go one day without reading a book. And you cannot go out of a month without reading 2 books. And you cannot wake up every day and not think of what to sell. Because you wake up every day, you think of what to buy, what to give, what to sell. Is something that is not wired in a lot of us. We need to wake up to it. If we spend every day, we gotta learn how to make every day. As he thinks in his heart, so is he. For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Think and grow rich. Most of us are neglecting this, and you forget that you think and you come to a decision. Success is the quality of decision. Every great person you know in this world works on decisions. They learn how to make decisions. They learn how to make decisions. That's why they invest in special coaching. That's why they invest in spiritual mentors. The purpose is to expose them to higher dimension of thinking on how to make decisions. And that's why I help the body of Christ, leaders and business people, to come to the place to remove the thing that has been working against your decision capacity and the quality of decision that you are making. A lot of people have gone to different places, talk about other people, talk about what they do, talk about who is right, who is wrong, talk about who is not doing it right, but they've never gone inside themselves. A lot of people have blamed the market. Market is not a problem. A lot have blamed government. Government is not a problem. A lot have blamed skin color. That's not a problem. A lot have also blamed friends. That's not a problem. The biggest problem is something that you refuse to visit. It is the real thing in you. Most people inside them are nothing but trash, because what they've stored over the years, anger, fear, bitterness, disappointment, they've come together to stink within. So nobody want to go into a place that has a lot of mess that make them want to close their nostrils. Nobody want to go there. And that's why they avoid the place. They look for a cleaner, someone to go and clean it. You see, the biggest jailhouse is not outside, it is within. And one thing I can tell you is that whoever writes the rules for you, who is your slave master, will never write rules that will benefit you. It is to keep you stagnant, to keep serving. Most people go to where the laws and the rules are written for them to consume what will keep them not to move forward. And if you don't break it, if you don't come out of that place, nothing will change in your life, your business, or your destiny. I'm here to help to support you. And they said to them, the God of your father has sent me to you. And I'm here to say to you, the God of heaven has sent me to you to bring you out of where you are. Now, a lot of people didn't get to the promised land. A lot murmured on the way, because the power of consistency and to remember why you started is very important. That's why Joshua knew why they started, and Joshua got to the promised land. Most people never get to that promised land because they complain, they murmur, and God said, listen, man, you don't want to go on. You want to stay where you are. It's fine. There's nothing I can do about it. And I got to let you go. This is one thing I want you to wake up to, because nature will take its place and you will have to take your own place. Stop riding your life backwards from what used to be and move into what need to be. If you want a change to happen, it's time to upgrade your thinking. If you upgrade your thinking with books, with strong mentors, something will change in the way you think, in the way you produce results. Think and grow rich. You are as rich as how you think, for as a man thinks, so is he. I'm Dr. Richie, Leadership and Business Psychology Authority. I'll be back here again next week at Pistos Club. Don't miss this. Don't miss this. Make your comment. Tell us what you want us to talk about. You can write what you want me to talk about, what is disturbing you. You can write them down. And if you're also in Johannesburg, South Africa in June, I'll be running the Biology of Wealth Creation intensive for 2 days. It's where I'm going to shift a lot of things, and I'm going to get people to wake up to new things, new way of doing things. Once in years, the world changes and things change, and those that see the change on time, they are the people that say they have what I call perceptual acuity. They are the people that know how to make changes as soon as possible. But the other people, they wait, and when it is too late, they find something to complain about. I want to tell you that I'll be here again next weekend, Pistos Club. God bless you real good and have a good one.